John Vornholt's Masters of War, while a fictional representation of what happened, is very much grounded in the reality of his experiences with his friends. And while his friends all come from different backgrounds, they're united in their sense of fear for the unknown, which I think we can all relate to in these times today.
So one of the things I love most about the script is the kind of time at which it was written. So John Vornholt, the author, was in the room with a bunch of people who were eligible for the draft watching it, and he started writing the play shortly after. So we've got this nice little preserved slice of American history that we're now bringing forward into the future, or into the present, that is, where it's got just as much cultural relevance today as it did back then, but it's really nice to be able to see it as it was at the time.
I really like this script because the themes that it addresses are just as relevant today as they were in 1969, where the story takes place. Each of the 5 characters in the show represents a different viewpoint about their situation. They represent a different way of responding to this perceived state of crisis. And each of those viewpoints are exactly the sorts of things that you would find in conversations happening today in 2019. There's an interesting examination of human nature and how it can really be the same across generations, across time periods. At the end of the day, people are people. There can be cultural differences, but the way we feel, the way we experience the world and respond to it can be the same. And I think it's interesting because we can learn a lot from the script about our own lives, and we can also learn to maybe appreciate other people's points of view a little bit better, even if they are different from ours.
I'm really excited to be a part of this show because for me, it's a big change of pace. Theatrically, I usually do things that are a little bit more lighthearted and funny and goofy. So I'm excited to be a part of something that's serious and has real repercussions for these characters. I like that the characters each come from different places and backgrounds, and they each have their own experiences, but we see them all united and together in fear and in shock of what the future holds. And I think that's something that we could all relate to.
What's fascinating about the script is how you're just dropped into the lives of these characters as they come together in the living room to witness something that could potentially change their lives forever. And the fact that this is sort of centered around this television screen and how that represents this connection to the rest of the world and what's happening in the world. And even though we don't have the draft today, I think all of us understand what it's like to kind of view the world through our screens and look on in sometimes confusion, fear, hope, and all of the feelings that kind of get mixed up as we look out into the unknown. So having that television as a character on stage with us I think, means a lot to our lives today.
All the shows in the Etc. series this season have explored a larger topic from a very personal point of view, and Masters of War is no different. It takes John Vornholt's personal experience and drops us right in the middle of it and helps us to relate to a particular moment in history, and we hope you'll join us at Live Theater Workshop.